Hello, I'm Matt Guff from thehouse.com, and this is a great board for 2020 from LibTech called the MC Snake Kink. This is a Matt Cummins style design, a fun retro style board, kind of a throwback graphic of Rad Rick, which is awesome if you know who that is. And it's a free ride board. Basically, Matt wanted to do a board and design a shape that does everything well with a little bit more aggression than your average style lib deck. It's for intermediate to advanced level riders. As you see, it has this very unique style, directional shaped nose. This is a snake style nose that really reminds me of something that Christian Hosoi would do on a hammerhead style skate deck. There's a little up kick, of course, in the tail, but for the most part, people who ride the Snake Kink are going to ride it one direction. It's a directional board, but you can still, of course, ride it switch if you want. There is a 2-inch style setback stance within that contact length of the board. Now, there's only one size. It's a 159. The 159 has a fairly short contact length of 116 centimeters. So even though it's a 159, for some people that's a little bit larger than they'd probably ride, it still feels like a little bit shorter of a board, but still has a good amount of pop, great energy, and of course, stability and control. The waist width is fairly good too, at 25.6 centimeters right in the middle. Now, if you have like a size 11 boot and shrinkage footprint reduction technology boots, you shouldn't have any problem, but anything a little bit larger than that, you may want to stay away from this deck unless you want toe and heel drag. So just kind of keep that in mind. But it has a very good side cut radius style shape for the length of the board of 8.35 centimeters. So what does that mean? It means this board is just generally really well rounded. Now, when you set the board on a flat table like this or on the snow, it's going to have a camber dominant style profile shape called C3 from LibTech. As you see, it has a nice little arc. It's stable at high speeds, has precision, and of course control, but it's still a little bit looser than your average full camber style board because there's a raised rocker section right between the feet. Now, the feel and flex rating of the MC Snake Kink is going to be a little stiffer than your average board, about a 7 out of the 1 to 10 flex rating, of course 10 being the stiffest. I kind of like that. I tend to like stiffer style boards. I like boards that kind of push back, especially at high speeds. And you can definitely take this thing at 1,000,000 miles an hour. And it does feature an original power style construction. That's a combination of a couple of things. The core, which is aspen and polonium, making it lightweight and strong, of course. There's Bi-X fiberglass on the bottom that makes the board pliable, but still Tri-X fiberglass on top. But the thing that really makes the board a little bit more stiff and a little bit more rigid than most is how thick that wood core is. Now, it doesn't really look thick, but you can definitely feel it has a little bit more girth than some other boards that feature the original power style construction. And, you know, another thing to note about the nose is that it does kind of rock up gradually, but it has kind of this overarching style shape once it gets past that contact point, which is actually kind of unique, kind of way different. I don't think I've ever seen a board that has a nose that kind of reaches over the top like that. It's kind of crazy. The base, of course, has a very loud Rad Rick style graphic, but this is a TNT base, not the center base that you'll find in some of the OP Plus style construction types. And then lastly is the magnet traction edges. Everyone seems to love those serrated knife-like blade edges that help the grip on firm snow. One thing to note about the MC Snake Kink is that the magnet traction seems to be quite a bit more mellow than what you find in some of the other free ride style boards from LibTech in the experimental style division that this one originally comes from. If you want one deck to kind of rule them all, you want an awesome kind of throwback graphic and stylish shape, make sure to check out that Matt Cummins Snake Kink from LibTech by checking out the link in the description right now below. Otherwise, leave a comment or question. Let me know if you know who Rad Rick is. Subscribe to the channel there. Check out more videos there. And hopefully I'll see you guys on snow. Peace.